It's good to be with you on this Tuesday, and we are getting into the Christmas season for sure now. Here at Falls Baptist Church, we've had a wonderful couple of weekends of hundreds and hundreds of people being at our outdoor spectacular Christmas festival, and we've had some tremendous results, and we're rejoicing. So we've been in the Christmas spirit for quite a while, but it's definitely for all of us, we're moving right into it. And one of the things that is often thought about during this time and talked about is the matter of the need to love one another. You remember as well as I do, if you're an adult, how that when we were children, all we could think about was our presents. Then we began to get excited about money that we made, and we started looking forward to giving as well as getting. And then finally, there was that freedom from really worrying about what you got to just really enjoying giving. Well, that kind of progression is what God wants us to have from a supernatural, spiritual standpoint in our Christian life. We need to go from selfish living to genuinely loving others and making that our life. That's just like it makes Christmas special when there is that love and there's that selflessness. So it makes life special when we have that kind of heart. And it's very important. And 1 Corinthians chapter 4 that speaks about the will of God being our sanctification and talks about the dangers of selfish, ungodly living. It concludes that section by saying in verse 9, "But as touching brotherly love, ye need not that I write unto you, for ye yourselves are taught of God to love one another." You see, God puts it in our hearts because we're indwelt by the Spirit when we're saved, that it is what life is about to love. That selfish default position will be there if we're in the flesh, but if we let the Spirit of God work, we will want to give unselfishly to others. And that is really when freedom comes. The ultimate end of the spiritual growth line in our life is to have the love of Christ. That love that sent Christ to the cross. That love that causes Him to meet our needs. He wants us to represent Him with that kind of love. And I really want to encourage you as we get into the serious part of the Christmas season, and we've been through so much, to ask God to really reveal selfishness in your life. God will do that. Just as it says, I don't even need to teach you. The Spirit of God's going to convict you about selfishness. Brotherly love and agape love will be there if you will be in the Word and yield to the Spirit of God. Your conscience will tell you that, but we go against it. Bitterness will grieve the Spirit, and we won't have that kind of love. Jealousy and envy and covetousness will all take away God's blessing in our lives. And so it's very important that we let God just show us where we hung up, what's holding us back. Because this season, even in the midst of all the darkness around us, just ought to be the most joyous Christmas you've ever had. God has promised to meet us in our need. But it's not going to happen if we're about ourselves and we're not right with Him. So I want to encourage you. This season of love, it needs to be genuine, supernatural love, the opposite of self. And may we walk in the Spirit so this season can be full of the love of Jesus Christ.